Oh, what a shot! Khan Saab, you have one keen eye.
And where do you think you're going?
Why? Did I do something wrong?
You're walking away from someone you just took a photo of. Don't you think you should ask her permission? Would you like it if some stranger just randomly started taking pictures of you?
But...
No! Look around you.
No.
Look, I get it. Those dresses make Kalasha women look so photogenic. But that doesn't mean they're just a flex for your social media timeline. These are real people with feelings, families, and a right to privacy. And yes, they're just as sensitive as any other Pakistani to strangers photographing them without permission.
Okay, I get it. I'll ask her for permission.
And that's not all.
Oh, okay.
Parts of Pakistan are rapidly becoming big tourist draws, and not just for foreign travelers, for domestic tourists too. And that's all great for everyone in the hoteling business. But is that necessarily great for everyone else? Is it sustainable? And is there something we can do to make it so?
I would hope so.
That's the spirit. First things first, respect other cultural practices that are different from your own. If a local tells you something is offensive in their culture or that a person is not allowed in certain places, listen to them. You are their guest and a traveler. And I'm not just talking about respecting the customs of the Kalash. If you're posing with Buddhas in Mardan or Swat in ways that mock Buddhists, you might be making other travelers uncomfortable. Especially tourists from countries like Sri Lanka or Korea who come to Pakistan especially to explore their own religious heritage. Second, don't vandalize heritage sites. For centuries before Pakistan was born, this land has been home to many different people, cultures, and belief systems, making everything you see around us a part of our shared cultural heritage. By scribbling odd messages or weird poetry on heritage sites, you're actually destroying a part of your own history. And you know what else destroys our history? When people illegally smuggle these priceless artifacts away from our land to be sold elsewhere. We have to show people that these artifacts hold greater value for us here, where they belong, among the communities that now call this land home. Aren't we always taking our cousins from Rawalpindi to Peshawar's old city? Why do you think we do that? It is because deep down we understand how incredible our heritage has always been. Who we are today has been shaped by centuries of multiculturalism. Learning about our past is important in shaping how we understand our present and build our future. And did you know there are so many interesting employment options in the field of culture, heritage, and tourism now? I want to be a museum curator when I grow up. What about you? And sometimes, local schools in these heritage-blessed communities teach students about the diversity in their own past. And maybe, just maybe, hearing so much about other communities and empires like that of the Tibetans or the Kushans or the Greeks would make them more tolerant and accepting of differences in culture and identity in the present.
Whoa, that's a lot of pressure, but it makes sense.
Just don't vandalize now. Third, be careful of littering. Both domestic and foreign travelers usually come to Pakistan to see its towering mountains and to find serenity in its beautiful alpine meadows. But if all of Neelam Valley gets clogged up with plastic bottles and wrappers, it won't be nature's retreat for anyone and will make life difficult and unhealthy for the local people who call these beautiful valleys home. Store trash in your bags, especially if you're trekking or camping. And of course, be very careful about campfires and cigarette butts. You don't want to set our forests on fire. Fourth, always take permission.
Okay.
I'm not just talking about photography. Sometimes you're walking along a path and you see a lovely fruit tree and then you just grab them and eat them all. Well, fruit trees rarely grow by themselves. They're probably growing on someone's private orchard and maybe their owners are aiming to sell them. It's someone's private property, so you should always ask.
Oh.
And finally, learn to respect the diversity of Pakistani people. Northern Pakistan is home to people belonging to many different ethnicities and religions. The Kalasha and the Pakhtuns are among many other people with their own languages and identities who have lived in northern Pakistan for centuries. There are the Kho of Chitral, the Hindukwal of Hazara, the Burosho of Hunza, the Wakhi of Gujal, the Sheen, the Balti, the Kohistani, the Kashmiri, the Pahari, the Gujjar. No matter how different we may be from each other, love, respect, and kindness towards everyone is what matters.
And every boy or girl that's part of these communities is going to be different, right? just like any boy or girl in Peshawar or Karachi.
Yes, northern Pakistan is a vast region with a beautiful multicultural identity, and you'll enjoy it more if you learn to recognize and respect it.
Oh,
That's what sustainable travel and responsible tourism is all about. Participating in tourism without harming natural and cultural environment, not erasing them or disrespecting them, but helping them flourish in their own ways so that future generations also have access to the kind of heritage you and me have access to right
I
now.
don't want to be the last generation of people who can get to see all of this.
Good. Let's start right here. Show me that photo you took so I can ask the Kalasha lady if she's okay with you keeping it.
Well, baby steps, I guess. Here you go.